Julian, thank you very much for making yourself available for the interview with the Global Agenda today. What are the key advantages of silvo-pastoral systems?
As it is a more complex system, it also has better administration of the land and more management of the land. And there will need to be a higher investment cost at the beginning when it is implemented. And that technical and financial constraint may avoid that some farmers get involved in the silvo-pastoral systems. Cattle ranching is usually seen as a low investment activity.
So would you say it's a problem to get investors interested in silvo-pastoral systems?
I would say that it's a matter of having more information for farmers, more technical advice for farmers so that they can implement the systems and manage the system in a perfect way. It's not something that cannot be done. It's something that many farmers are doing right now, but they need perfect advice to do it. No an advice that tells them to cut down all the trees in the system, but to combine the production of cattle with trees and to do it including the biodiversity and the environmental services factor into the production.
Do you think it's because people don't know about it?
That's one of the main reasons. There are several silvo-pastoral initiatives in the world. We have the Global Network of Silvo-pastoral Systems try to put all of them together, but those are although they are not isolated anymore, there are still a wide range of production systems that don't consider the trees into the system. So there is a need to exchange more information on them, so those experiences that are really working successfully in several countries of the world can be spread and used more in a mainstream way by governments.
Is there something modern about it? Because it sounds a little bit as if you're just going back to the old way of doing it.
Usually the old way of doing it, at least in the tropics, is getting rid of the trees, first of all. The trees have been considered like an enemy for grass production for many reasons. And the idea of this is to include the trees because they can help promoting the production and reducing environmental impact of sun and wind, and also improving nutrient recycling. But you have to do it in a way that you take advantage of all the benefits that the trees bring to the system. You can plant trees in a way that you can use either timber, fruits, and many products from the trees when you put them in the system. And also you have to use the system in a rotational management, pasture management, so that you can take advantage of the best moment to harvest the system. In that sense, it is new. Usually, what happens is that technicians advise to have only monocultures. In this case, you have to have a mixed system, and you can have more production from that system without the need of the external inputs that the monoculture require, and without the need of renewing the system very often, as happens when the pastures go degraded.
Is there new research that supports this new way of integrated silvo-pastoral systems?
Yes, there is a lot of research going on now in several parts of the world, trying to measure what the benefits of the systems are, both for productivity of forest trees, of forests in general, biomass in general, for the reduction in the emission of greenhouse gases, in the impact on biodiversity, the impact on quality of milk and beef produced in the systems.
Why is your organization on the global agenda?
The global agenda has similar objectives to what we have, is to produce in a better way, in a sustainable way, to increase the productivity of the land, but at the same time reducing the impact of that production on the environment. The interaction with the global agenda has been very, very productive and useful for us because there has been, first of all, a possibility to show what we have been doing. The fifth meeting of the global agenda was carried on in Colombia in 2014, and in that moment they were able to go and visit systems that were working with sustainable cattle production for more than 25 years. And that helped us to show what we were doing and to bring them to know a real system in which livestock production in a sustainable way is carried on. On the other hand, we have been able to meet a lot of people that is doing similar things in other parts of the world, both from the academia, from the private sector, and from some other institutions that try to promote this type of systems. Thanks to the global agenda, we have been able to get in touch with people for example, the secretariat of the executive director of the meat secretariat, who were in his organization. They were also looking for systems that could find the possibility of producing more without causing more environmental damage, to intensify production, but intensify it in a sustainable way. So meeting then has given us the opportunity to show that there are systems in which they can rely on to produce more beef, in this case beef, without having the problems related to the normal intensification that emits more pollutants. On the other hand, we have been able to meet people that is doing research on several issues related to sustainability, like water footprint analysis, the animal welfare that has been very, very important, and we have been exchanging information with them about what we are doing, and even doing some studies here in the silvo-pastoral system that were developed here and also in Mexico and in Colombia. Like finding strategies to scale up silvo-pastoral system, both from the government, the private sector, and from intergovernmental agencies, will be something that we'd like to pursue with the global agenda.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome.